I see you found this video. Don't be afraid. This is a cure for your voice. Please, hold still.
Halloween is coming up very soon. I thought it was the right time to come and do some spooky voices to add to the list. Now you might be looking at the title of the video and thinking, why are you choosing SCP? Well, to be honest, there's not a lot of villains or scary things that have cool voices with a lot of extra effects or anything like that. So this is just my attempt to find some cool voices for you to play around with for Halloween. Now my country doesn't really celebrate Halloween all that much, but still, I'm sure we can all find some fun to be had here.
Now, for SCP-049.
Now, if you don't recognize this voice, it is from SCP Containment Breach. What do I call the horror classics or the indie horror classics from the internet? And what I mean by that is, Amnesia, The Dark Descent started the whole YouTuber internet craze thing. Then we got Slender, and then for me personally, and probably for a lot of other people, SCP Containment Breach was also one of those games. And one of the voices in this game that stood out to me was SCP-049. And for the rest of the month, I'll probably be doing very similar voices, in terms of keeping in line with the SCP theme or the scary theme. So with regard to the actual voice for SCP-049, what you want to do is talk very slowly, very softly. Make it sound interesting, calming, and that's really all you need for the voice itself. Be calming, of a soft voice. If you have a soprano voice, you might have to fiddle around with Audacity to make it a bit lower. What you're trying to do here is just to get a balance between bass and treble. Just remember to keep the bass coming through as well. If you don't have any bass in your voice, well, you might just have to add some in the effects afterwards. So, it's really all that simple. Now let me show you what you need to do on Audacity to make it all that much better.
Hello. Don't be afraid. I am here to help.
Now first you want to do the normal effects I've shown you in the other videos, such as noise reduction, equalization, compression, and normalization, which I'll put in the description for this video so you don't have to worry about that. Just copy what I've did there. Now, what you want to do is follow roughly what I'm going to show on the screen now. You're going to want to go to reverb and set the room size to 40, and then set the reverberance to 50. All the other stuff try and match me more or less, but those are the main things you're going to be wanting to deal with. So room size 40 and reverberance 50. Next, you want to go to phaser. Set the stages to 22, then on dry and wet, go to the rightmost side of the bar to about 255. Then the depth you want to set to about 160. Don't worry about the other stuff too much, just follow more or less what I'm doing on the video. Now it should start sounding pretty good. Go to Bass and Treble. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pump up the treble quite a bit. Because if you hear this voice, even though it has bass, there's a lot of treble coming through, a lot of the tinny sound coming through. So you want to emulate that. So here, I'm going to be setting my treble to 10 to 20. And this is for my voice specifically, again, which is more baritone than anything else. If you like a basso profundo, and you have a really deep voice, you're going to want to set that quite a bit higher. And if you have a very tenor voice, you want to set the treble a bit lower. And finally, you're going to want to set equalization. You want to make that mask effect again. So here I've drawn a graph called 049. Just copy this graph into your audio file, and that should come out quite nicely. And I'll take a listen.
Hello. Don't be afraid. I am here to help.
And there you have it. SCP-049. Now, if you enjoyed this and you want to see some more spooky stuff for the rest of the month, do be sure to like and follow. It would be very nice. And I have a few other things planned, but we'll see if that comes to fruition. Until then, take care and I'll see you next time.